Good morning, good night, wherever you are. It's afternoon right now. Sorry about the walk-in. One of these days I'll learn how to edit videos, but for right now, it'll be okay. So, I have a small stack of stuff to show off. I know I haven't made anything in a while, honestly, because I don't think I've gotten anything in major enough to show off, and the stuff that I do have, I kind of just been sitting back and waiting to kind of put a video together. So, have a few Grady comics, have a few raw stuff, nothing major there. And I do have a box that I just got back from CGC today. It's the first time I didn't know the grades when they came in. I sent them off to get pressed, cleaned. And so, because of that, since the pressing company is the one that submitted them, I couldn't pull the invoice up to look and see what the grade was. Which sucks for me because I'm extremely impatient. I'm one of those people, I order something and 10 minutes later I'm wondering, why is it not at my house yet? But I'll go through this stack first, and then we'll get into the CGC box, and we'll kind of look and see what those grades are together. Like I said, I haven't seen those yet. So, first things first, Swamp Thing number 2. This is an appearance of this guy. I don't know if you can see it, I don't know how the glare is. I don't know his name because I can't pronounce it. There's also the first appearance of these anti-humans, I believe is what they're called. Basically, this gentleman's trying to steal Swamp Thing's body so that he can live forever. And these anti-human people he created to try to do the same thing, but it never worked out. So I started reading Swamp Thing and fell in love with the book. I mean, it's one of the most well-written. Series 1 is unbelievably good. I know that the series is fixing to start coming out on DC Universe, and everybody talks about how it's got a scary movie feel, and that's how the books were. Well, that's what a gentleman at the local comic book store said, and I kind of disagreed with him just because these books never had a scary feel to them. They kind of felt more depressing and sad, just because most of the time he's mourning the loss of his wife, and he's trying to find a cure to get back to be human. But nonetheless, great books. Sorry about the tape. The tape is on the bag. It's not on the book. I got to turn around because there's stickers all over the front of the bag. But Swamp Thing number 7, probably one of my favorite Swamp Thing book covers that is out there. Just love the yellow, the green, and that iconic image of Batman flying in. This is the first time that Swamp Thing and Batman meet. And really, Batman kicks the crap out of Swamp Thing, and Swamp Thing comes back and beats the crap out of Batman and knocks him out cold. So it's a pretty neat little storyline. Them kind of hashing each other out to kind of feel out what they want, what they're doing in Gotham, all that kind of stuff. My goal is I would love to have Series 1 of Swamp Thing graded CGC bare minimum 9.4, preferably 9.6 to 9.8 the whole run. Just because I've enjoyed every book so much. I've read them on the DC Universe. I bought these just kind of for my PC. I don't know what these will grade, but I'm probably just going to buy the graded versions off eBay once I see them go up at a reasonable price. Right now is not the best time to buy them if it's just for a PC, because the price is so high because of the series right now. I know number 1, 9.8 is somewhere between $400 to $600 all day long in a 9.8. It used to nowhere near be that because it wasn't his first appearance. So, but still a great run. These are some books that I grabbed just because of the cover art. And I see you wanting to jump up here. Don't jump up here. Sorry, my cat's wanting to be in the video. I bought these for the cover art just because I thought they were beautiful. As you can see, I bought multiple copies. Batman 1003 and 1004. And then once I bought them, I did find out it is a first appearance. I can't think of who it was. I want to say maybe they unmask the Arkham Knight, and you get to see who he was, if I'm not mistaken. I may be wrong. Comment if I am. But it turned out those will be first appearances. This is a book I bought as an investment. About past 2 months, this has really kind of picked up as far as price goes. and speculation because this predates Thor 337. And so this has a full picture preview of Beta Ray Bill in it. So depending on who you are, there's those that argue that Thor 337 is the first appearance because it's actually in continuity, whereas this is just a preview. I bought this for an investment, and honestly, preview book is probably going to go for more than Thor 337 in my opinion. That's just my opinion. Don't kill me in the comments. Just because you don't see these as much as you do Thor 337. There's probably less of these because most of these preview books, people look through them and they got rid of them. Just like preview books nowadays. I keep all my preview books. Most people chunk theirs. But got that at a really decent price. It's a high grade, so I figured why not. Detective Comics 608. Again, picked this up at local comic book store. Don't mind us. Continue on. So, Detective Comics 608. First Anarchy, son of the Joker, if I'm not mistaken. Don't give me that look. Yeah, you got your loving now going. So, first Anarchy. Come here, buddy. First Anarchy. You can find this for a couple dollars at your comic book store. I highly recommend picking it up because you never know what's going to happen with that. And plus, it's pretty easy to find these. So definitely grab these. You want me in the video? This is why if you ever notice hair all over the Mylar bags, this guy right here. And all over our shirts. So this is Shy Blade Shy. First appearance of Witchblade. You don't find this out in the wild as much. I have found them, but not as much as you would think you do. I have 3 or 4 copies. These are investment books as well, just because they're so cheap. Alright, now, I'm going to put you down. Show these. Don't be biting me, mad at me. This is Thanos #1. Hair all over the place. Thanos #1. This is the regular variant, and this is the PX variant. As you can tell at the bottom of the PX variant, it's black and white, and the #1 in the variant edition box up there is black as opposed to white, and the big giveaway is it says PX up there. Those are basically just books that I bought because I love the cover art. Cover art will get me every time. This is another investment book. Got this in an auction pretty cheap. Spawn 293. This is the Era edition, if I'm not mistaken. I'll probably send that off to get graded, just so I could trade it off for something at a later date. Plus, I think it's neat. I believe that's the first. No, I take that back. I do have another Era edition, so it's probably like my second Era edition that I own. All right, so the graded books. I won this in a waffle. Yes, it's a waffle, not a raffle. I don't know why they call it that. But this is Uncanny X-Men 266, first appearance of Gambit, signed by Chris Claremont. I like X-Men, but I'm not an X-Men collector. So this, honestly, I won this for what it is, extremely cheap. I looked up the grader notes. I would be willing to bet if I submit it, I could probably get it pressed to a 9.2 or 9.4. And honestly, some of the grader notes that it said what's wrong with it, the Mylar bag that they put this in looks like it's already pressed it out. I've had a book do that. It came back a 9.6, and it said that it had a small slight bend in the back, and it barely was a bend. I could see it once I got the book. After a couple months, you couldn't see the bend anymore. I cracked it, didn't even press it, resubmitted it, and it came back a 9.8. So I'm thinking this book may be one of those candidates. The only X-Men book that I would like to have graded 9.8 and, oddly enough, signed by Chris Claremont. I know he's going to be in Memphis in October. I'd like to go see him. There's an X-Men book, and I can't think of what number it is, but it has Colossus on the front, and he's holding back like 2 plates with spikes on it. And I believe it's called, the title of the book is The Trial of Colossus, I believe is what it is. Honestly, that's my favorite X-Men cover. I don't know why. I was just always, as a kid, when I saw the animated X-Men movies, it was my favorite character. Vengeance of Bane, not going to spend much time on it. It is the first print. You'll notice it doesn't have the second printing label under there. It is a 9.8. This is just one of those PC books for me, just because I'm a huge Bane fan. I would love to see them make a Bane movie that's actually more accurate to the book as opposed to their interpretation. Another PC book, Batman 655, first Damian cameo. This is one of those books that the cameo seems to be more popular than the actual first full appearance. Kind of like Darkseid. I love this cover. This is a PC book for me all day long. I want the variant, but the variant 9.8 is going somewhere between $400 to $500. I'm happy having this now. I also have a raw copy that would probably be a 9.6 or 9.8. Maybe one day I'll grab the variant, but as of right now, I would rather spend $400 or $500 on another character than opposed to getting a variant of the same character I already have. So, happy with that book. Variant maybe one day. Got a really good deal on this. Batman Black and White. This is signed by Jim Lee. It's a 9.6. I did see it has a small crease up here that does not break color. So this will be getting cracked and pressed, cleaned, and sent back for grading. Since it is a CGC yellow label, it will have to be cracked at CGC's to retain that yellow label. Which kind of stinks to me because I have asked him in the past that if it's like a reputable pressing company, are they able to crack it, press it, clean it, and then submit it back to them directly from them and still get a yellow label? And they said no, it has to be our pressing service. They will not do that. So unless they've changed their mind recently, that's fine. I've just had CGC's has a good pressing service, but I've had better luck at other ones. Alright, sorry about that. Apparently you have to charge a battery on the camera. So just to kind of pick it back up, I think we were at Teen Titans 44, first Nightwing. Found this in the back of a case. She-Hulk #1, 9.0. This is going to be kind of just a trade-off book eventually because I've got my wife has a 9.6 signed by Stan Lee. And so this, with them announcing something to do with her, I'll probably just trade that off. Extremely underrated book. Robin Zero. This is the first time Dick Grayson Nightwing puts on the Batman suit. I think I paid like $80 for this book, graded 9.8. So if you see this out in the wild, grab it. To me, it's definitely a minor key worth grabbing. Alright, so now to the graded books I got today. We will find out what these are together. Alright, Mr. Freeze. This is the hard paper, basically kind of like Batman Damned, The Killing Joke. This is the first introduction of the storyline that they used in the animated series as far as Nora Freeze is sick, Victor Freeze is trying to save her, and that's why he does what he does. So if you're a Mr. Freeze fan like I am, definitely pick this up. Extremely cheap book to be as important as this. I was pretty sure this was a 9.8. I don't know what the grade is yet because, like I said, I couldn't see the grades, but I was pretty sure it's a 9.8 and 9.8. So definitely happy about that one. Alright. First, Jason Todd is the Red Hood, Batman 635. Everybody knows this cover. If you're a Batman fan, you gotta have this book. Bought it at a LCS. They said 9.6, 9.8. I think 9.6 was being, kind of just gracious, thinking that it's probably going to be a 9.8, but just to be safe, we're going to say 9.6. I knew it was going to be a 9.8, but I submitted it for grading anyway. And 9.8. Definitely a big book to add to the collection. And And are you gonna start being mean? Come on, get out of here, you little punk. I think I might have showed the grade on that while I was dealing with him. This is such a hard book for me to get in a 9.8. This is the second one I've submitted. Batman 497. This is the newsstand. I am a 9.8 junkie on Batman books, and so I keep trying to get a 9.8 on this, and I can't. It's just a hard book. I don't know why I got a 9.2 though. There's absolutely no spine ticks. Corners are sharp. There's no staining on the back white cover. Nope, I see it. Right above the bottom staple. It looks like there's some wear there. Kind of like, what's the best way to describe it? If you took sandpaper to a book and kind of rubbed it for just a second, how it kind of frays up, that's what that is. I guarantee you that's what that is. So this will be something that I will sell off, and I guess I'll just end up having to buy a 9.8. One that I didn't show a while ago, extremely happy about this one. This one's not going to be a 9.8, but it's just fun to have. First appearance of V from V for Vendetta. If you ever found this in the wild, I'm extremely impressed. With this basically being a UK book, I've only ever seen it on like eBay and all that kind of stuff. I bought this one off eBay. It's got a lot of spine ticks and all that, and it needs to be pressed. I don't know if you can kind of see the waviness in it, but this absolutely is. It's supposed to be yellow, by the way. This is absolutely one of those books that this is PC all day long. I don't care what grade it is. I've got it. I'm happy, and we're good to go. So, all right. Well, thank you for joining me again. If you liked what you saw, subscribe. Hit that bell so it'll let you know when I do upload stuff. I don't upload much, but I try to. And definitely don't be afraid to post some videos so that we can all learn. YouTube videos is what helped me know about this. I would have known about this book had it not been for YouTube videos. And because I knew about it, I saw it on an auction for a couple of dollars and picked it up. So videos are great to build your knowledge, and especially if you're doing this because of the love of it, not just an investment. This is all what I love. This isn't just money to me. So, alright, well, thank you for watching.